I'm Sandip. I'm also being a developer for a long time, and now I also run an organization called C. We are based in Pune. We are a 200 developer organization, which helps organization to build out enterprise applications. This is just brief introduction about me and the talks that I have been delivering. With me is my colleague name. I guess he will introduce himself.
Hello guys. Um, at Systec, I head the consulting division, and in general, my role involves connecting to companies and architecting their digital transformation journey. I have been part of building cloud and hybrid applications using Qt, MFC for the domains like AEC manufacturing. And as you'd have guessed, I'm passionate about technology and love making modular, robust, and future-proof software systems. Thank you, Sandeep.
Thank you. So, with the introduction our way, this is the outline of our today's talk. I'll be talking about why it is necessary to become digital. I will be also giving a quick detour about engineering software architecture that has been developed over the last 30 to 40 years. And most of them are a desktop application developed using MFC and C++. And what are the challenges that you face to migrate them into cloud? So this comes down to the software architecture, that is monolithic software architecture, and a new microservice architecture that is more suited for a cloud application. Then Name will take us through how you can split the large code bases. Is there any magic wand to do that? And uh, he will share his insight, his wisdom about how you can start and how CCTech can help you to migrate your application to cloud application. So today, every organization is on this path to become a data empowered organization. Data has been one of the game changer of this decade. It has created a lot of big enterprise organization and organizations which has adopted data as their backbone has been really successful. So it's a case for all of us to become a data centric organization. But getting a data from different application has been a challenge, especially if you have a desktop applications. So as I was talking about the data, like there are so much of data today that is available, but there is so much of data is still not available, right? And if you have a data, then you can create this maze of connection and create a really efficient and effective organization. And in this, there are a lot of technology that has developed. There is now a lot of high performance computing available at a cheaper cost. There's a lot of internet available at a very affordable pricing. And what you need is now your enterprise application to gear up to take a benefit of this. We have been working with various organizations such as Autodesk to connect this data connected workflows. And those have been really helpful to connect the wide range of application from architecture, engineering, construction, manufacturing, enterprise, you name it. And that has definitely been game changer for the industry. One of the challenges that still we face is how do we access this data and how do we get this data from these applications. And many of the times you want this application itself to run on a server, you want this application to go on a cloud, because there are a lot of benefits of doing that. Let's say you have an application which creates what I would say sales reports. You have an application which makes different CAD configurations. If this application is deployed on your desktop, then there are very few people in the organization that can use that application. If you want this application to make available to your vendor, that's become a problem. If you want to make it available to your customer, that is even bigger problem. So your applications are locked into this the desktop machines what you own or what your sister concern organization owns. but there's a big demand for a SaaS application across the board, right? And all of this application needs this the technology that you have been developing should move from a desktop application to a cloud application in microservice format. If you build that thing, now your application can take a benefit of AI technologies. It can take a benefit of generative design technologies, and then you can start selling your application. If you were earlier selling it to, let's say, 1,000 user, 2,000 user, you can start selling it to 100,000 user, to millions user. Now, this is a really empowering context behind migrating your code from MFC C++ to a cloud applications. And will you be the first one to do that? No, actually, there are so many organizations that has been doing. Like you will see, the PowerPoint itself now starts running on a browser. How? Because they are again adapting it to the new architectures. You will see even today complex CAD applications like AutoCAD now has a web version. So they went through this journey of migrating the old clumsy code of MFC plus C++ and others to a microservice architecture, and they are getting benefited. You can see the number of users that can use this application has increased tremendously, and that has definitely benefited this organization. uh, One of the things that would you would think is, my organization is small and I don't have so much of I would say developer, or I don't have so much of wisdom to do that, and that's where the company like us can come in and help you. But it is not that difficult as name will articulate in his plan, and we can be a partner in this journey to you to becoming a desktop software developer to a cloud application developer, or a cloud application development organization, and a SaaS development organization. Uh, I think nothing beats the numbers. Like you can see that, just 7 to 8 years back, there were on an average 8 cloud application or SaaS application were used by many of the enterprises across the world. Today, that number has increased to 130. I don't remember any software that I have used now, just which is only on desktop. Most of the software that I use are all on either on on a browser or on a mobile, and those are all developed with a new kind of technologies, like new architectures, I would say, of a microservice architecture. So this is the opportunity, and this space is exploding. And what I believe is, the technology that you have been developing from last 10 year, 20 year, 30 year, 40 year, don't let it go. It can be very much reused and repurposed for this new generation of users. And you can also ride this wave of SaaS application adaptation around the world, and you can also start making millions of dollars from this sales. uh, yeah, as I said, number, nothing beats the number. Like you can see that the average spending that has increased across the board. You will see that the total spending, if you even if you look at it, is reached to now 232 billion dollars in just last 8 years. So SaaS is not, it's not the thing that is coming up. It has already arrived. All of us now use SaaS in one way or other, whether it's a Netflix subscription, or whether it is a your Gmail subscription or things. Now, thing is, how about your MFC application, which might be using MFC, OpenGL, some plotting, some other old technologies. It can be transformed into a web application, and you can start using that. The best part of your existing application is that it is scientifically validated. It has a good number of user base. It has created a product market fit. What you need is just a good engineering to take it to the broad set of audience, and that's what we are going to help. So just to do a basic primer, so there are monolithic architecture in which, and as I said, this has been developed over 30, 40 years, where user interface, business logic, data access, all is mixed up. You can see the MFC class being used at a even data layer. Not, you're not the first one to do that. We have seen that in a very large, big enterprise organization that has been happening. So this is the code base that you have today. Thing is, how do we get it to here, right? And that's, once you do that, there are a lot of benefits. There are benefits in terms of scalability of your application. There is a benefit in terms of testability of your organization, robustness of your application. There are many benefits, and you now start to use multiple other new technology that you have been not using. If you are using mostly monolithic architecture, you must be using only one or two kind of database, right? But if you move to microservice architecture, there's so many other type of databases that you can opt for. Your choices in terms of technological options increases tremendously. So there is definitely a case to move from monolithic to microservice architecture. Uh, you might say, oh, that's fine, but how about engineering software architecture? Uh, so let me share my journey. I have been working as a CAD developer from last 24 years. I have worked with organizations such as SolidWorks, Autodesk, many organizations, Shell, you take it. I've worked with a lot of engineering application companies. And as I said, the software that those were developed at that time were very much fixed to particular operating system. If you use Linux, you will choose Linux choice of thing. If you use Windows, your choice of thing will be Windows, right? Then in a CAD application, we choose particular geometric kernel. We use some numerical solver, some third-party application, and then we would build a model layer which will develop APIs, and then we will start using graphics library like OpenGL, some plotting libraries, some UI libraries, will do translators and file serialization, and then we'll develop this application. Or at least this was supposed to be this way. But what we found is that many of the times, although MFC is supposed to help you on this top side, uh, user will be still using MFC at this level, this level, this level. It is not a clean cut that this is up to this point, it is C++, and then thereafter it will start or something. It is really entanglement that happens. And that entanglement is very difficult to split this, and you have this clear component. And in those days, nobody has visualized. In, I don't remember in 2005 before someone was talking about that whole thing is becoming cloud, right? So there was definitely no such vision was there. Or in terms of OS also, everyone was saying that I'm going to use Microsoft. My users are going to be in Microsoft. So now there is so many other OS choices that has come up. That means splitting this in application will be very difficult. But as I was saying you, even the big organizations which have moved their desktop application to cloud has done it, and we have helped in some of this organization. So you can also do it. It's a very much possible work. It's an effort, but it has a tremendous benefit in terms of longevity of your product, longevity of your organization, and getting into hyperscaler. If you build this product and put into app stores of Microsoft, AWS, Autodesk, there are millions of and billions of users who can use this application. So your target audience or TAM would be moving from 1,000 to become millions or billions. And that's the opportunity space we all should seek for. So as I said, the monolithic versus microservice is definitely, if you want to build a scalable application for a large set of enterprise user, definitely microservice makes a lot of sense. And monolithic has its own problem. They're very hard to maintain, difficult to change, and the whole thing affects a lot. So it is in a way a better architecture. If we had an insight of the way technology would have evolved, all of us would have gone for microservice kind of architecture, even on desktop, I would say. But as I said, at that time, that wisdom and that knowledge was not there. Now we have this thing. Definitely, we should move to componentize and microservice architectures. So as I said, it helps to build and maintain your application. The another benefit is the application that was right now being used only from a desktop now start to use from even mobile phone, even from tablet, or, handheld devices. So if let's say you have an application for civil engineers, now they were expected to come to a desktop or laptop to use that application. Now they can use that application from the field because you have this thing connected, and now it can be used from any light devices. So there are all of those benefits that make sure the the product gets